I feel like I want to begin on the thing. I have touched on this on a previous video that I made. I'm getting distracted by my hands. I have hands. There's two of them. Not just one, but two. Anyway, did you see my armpit? I hope not. I hope not. They're not very hospitable as of the moment. Anyway, so as you can see, we have more sunshine in Finland now, and it is 24. I think it is 24 degrees today. Why did I whisper? Sometimes I do things without really thinking of them. And sometimes, no, a lot of the times I have reasons. But sometimes it's like a wild card. I don't know what's gonna happen next. But I would like to talk about thoughts. I think this fits. Surprisingly, it went smoothly to that bit of what I just said, which I now have forgotten. Not entirely, but I can still feel the vibe. It's just floating away. So like, but I can still feel the vibe that it's connected to where I'm gonna go next, which is about thoughts. Because the judgy cockroach, I can feel them in my head. I wonder if there's something that I can do about this judgy cockroach. Is there some kind of thought pesticide, like just get rid of the voice of the society in my head? That's like, I don't want them. They get in the way of my own voice. Is there? I'm sure there is. I'll search in the internet and then I'll see what I can do so I can speak with you better. Yeah, like right now, I'm also making an effort to imagine you as one real person and not just some kind of biblically accurate angel. And pardon me if I sometimes sound like I'm talking to a biblically accurate angel. And yeah, you see what happened? You saw what happened just now? I kind of just distracted myself and went to some other place, and now I'm like, where is the thing I was originally supposed to talk about? Like, thoughts. Yeah, it concerns thoughts. And I would like to say that please take into consideration that it is the time of the month. Yes. Yes. And because of this, I am more irritated by things that don't usually irritate me. Things, and generally, I have already trained my brain to look for a different way of looking at things. But today, while I was in the tram, I was irritated by something. I will not be specific about it because anyway, I got irritated by something, and I went into the road of this like sort of about something that is not really worthy. And then I looked at the trees outside, and if you remember correctly, there is this, or if I remember correctly, not you. You see, now I understand why they tell me that it is as if I am on LSD even though I'm not. Like my classmates, they tell me like, oh, you don't need LSD anymore because you're like that. So your brain is naturally on LSD. And where am I talking? What is it? What is it? I look at the trees outside, and since there is a lot of sun shining from where it is, there are also very clear shadows of the trees, of the leaves, of everything. And then I said this in one of my videos before, if I remember correctly, that on Earth, everything has a shadow, and that's something that should be accepted as a fact. Like everything has a shadow. The trees have a shadow. The people have a shadow. Even angels, if they come down on Earth, they will have a shadow, and maybe their shadow would be even bigger than ours because they're angels, and maybe they're huge, more huge. Yes, I do believe in angels. I believe in angels, something good in everything I see. And everything has a shadow. Everything on Earth, as long as I'm on Earth, I will have a shadow. And maybe in another universe, it exists that peace or doesn't require its opposite in order to be harmonious, maybe, because that's how they a lot of that's how they say, that's how they put it, the thinkers or the scientists, the philosophers, that's how they put it. There always has something that is the opposite of something, extreme opposite of something, in order for them to exist harmoniously. Like in layman's terms, like there will be no pretty people if there are no ugly ones. Like they say, it's so black and white, this perspective, but I'm sure you've heard of that. And maybe in some other universe, what we consider as ugly is not. Maybe in some other universe, the light is not suffocating, or light is not something that, too much light is not something those inhabitants of that universe are scared of. Maybe they don't require darkness for them to understand that there is a reason for light, or that light can just exist on its own without its extreme opposite of an equivalent. Maybe in some other universe it's possible, but here, at least on Earth, even the saints have a shadow. And I guess part of being human is just accepting that our shadow will always be the same size as our soul. Or does it work that way? I'm not really sure. Like, I'm not really sure about a lot of things. I just kind of think about them. And based on my observation still on the shadows of the trees earlier, sometimes it's proportionate to the tree, sometimes it's smaller than a tree, sometimes it's not very noticeable, and it depends on where the sun is. It depends on where the sun is, and it depends on where the source of light at the given time of day is. Maybe that's also applies to humans in a way, this changing sizes of shadows. It depends on where we are in our days, if the light is still there, or if where our source of light is. If maybe it also applies to humans, because we are a part of this whole entire ecosystem of like, yeah, I believe in that cliche that everything is connected. I believe in that, and that's why sometimes some things that may not make sense, if you really kind of scratch the surface and the surface like drill the hole on the surface, you will see that it makes sense. And I just have to accept that sometimes I will be irritated by things even though there's no rational reason for it. And it's not like I'm acting on what I'm irritated of. Like, I'm just like this. I don't go around like being mean or something. I just notice things. I remember this like this this quote from that movie Perks of Being a Wallflower. It's like the one character said to the person who is the wallflower, is like, you notice things and you keep quiet about them. I feel that that's true for me a lot of the times. Not this time, obviously. I'm not keeping quiet about them. See, that's the beauty of being human. Nothing is ever absolute. Like, there's always nuances to things. There's always like anomalies and things that don't go where they're supposed to go. There's always the interesting pathways that are just waiting to be explored. And when I die and I'm not human anymore, maybe that's not possible anymore. So I just like now that I can see that this is blue, and I can touch the paper and I can smell the paper of those things behind me. I kind of just appreciate that, because maybe when I die, after I die, I cannot have sense of smell anymore or sense of touch anymore. Maybe that's gonna be taken away. on my next exploration. So yeah, it's quite an interesting journey that we have. I feel like, and I for sure will rewatch this, because like I said before, I kind of have a very little memory when I'm speaking about things. When I say things, a lot of the times I instantly forget them, unless someone that I'm speaking to says something about what I just said. Like right now, I forget a lot of what I have talked about. So yeah, I'm gonna rewatch this and see what I can learn also from how this has materialized in the air or something. So thank you for listening. And I forgot again to make an effort to visualize your face. So I guess I have spoken this past, what, 16 minutes to a black hole. Yeah, like the black hole in the universe. That's we're just like there, like yeah. and it's kind enough not to like take me away. Anyway, so see you next time. I promise I will imagine you better.